Sir? Hello? Who are you? Hello, and welcome back to Close to Obsession. If you're new here, hi, I'm Voyia. I play a variety of games. If you ever want me to play something, please don't hesitate to ask, and it would mean the world to me if you joined my family. Our community is getting so big, and you guys helped me reach my goal of 3,500. When I tell y'all, you guys don't understand how much that means to me. I'm gonna go a little sappy, okay? So you could just skip past this part before I start talking. Listen, I don't get to celebrate my birthday at all. With financial problems, with family just forgetting to celebrate my birthday, with friends forgetting my birthday. I don't get to, no one throws me a surprise party. Nobody yet says happy birthday to me. Nobody says anything. By the way, my birthday is in 8 days. It's July 10th. After whenever I upload this. But I don't get to celebrate my birthday. I don't get to do things on my birthday and stuff. And so when I set a goal on YouTube and I talk to y'all about my birthday and stuff, and you guys like, come on, let's get Voyia there. And I hope you reach your goal, Voyia, and stuff, all that stuff. It really melts my heart. It puts a smile on my face. It brings me so much joy to be like, there's people rooting for me. Don't get sappy, Voyia, don't cry. But anyways, yeah, it just makes me feel good, and it makes me feel happy, and it just makes me believe that there's people like me out there. They want to see people succeed. I want to see y'all succeed. I want to see y'all achieve y'all goals and stuff. So please, in the comment section, if you feel comfortable enough to do so, tell me your goals. Tell me your goals and tell me how close you are to reaching them. I want to cheer y'all on too. Y'all cheered me on. I feel like I owe y'all at least that. I'm a little, broke or something. I would buy y'all gifts and stuff, but mama's pockets are empty. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I truly appreciate it. Now the sappy stuff is out of the way, it's time to get back to our friend. But before we get back to my friend, I need some water. Okay. When we left off, he wanted to know if we wanted to be called our nickname. What was it, Tater Tot? I think it was Tater Tot for sure. We didn't know for sure if we wanted to be called Tater Tot, but I had some time to think, and that's the positive of putting these in parts, that I can sit here and think about what I want to do next in the next part or whatever. I think I'm gonna let him continue calling me Tater Tot. I feel like there's nothing wrong. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with him calling me Tater Tot at all. I mean, he's my childhood friend. I never said I hated the nickname. I just want to point out a few key points relevant to the topic. In other words, you wanted to verbally banter with me and didn't think I'd take your argument seriously. He's clearly amused by your admission. More like I wanted to share my full, unfiltered thoughts. Combative. He draws his tone light and teasing. We were joking until you start taking me seriously near the end there. You tease back. You're caught off guard when his gaze softens into complete and utter sincerity as he leans closer to you. His warm breath dusts your cheek. He smells of mint and summer, a nostalgia and safety, of the home you thought you all but forgotten. You didn't realize how close you were sitting until his fingers brushed against yours, his touch kind and lacking the weight of expectation. Oh, he's so sweet. We gotta love our childhood friend here. That's because I never want to make you uncomfortable where I can help it. So, if you say no, I won't do it. If you want me to stop, I'll stop. I mean, sometimes I tell you to stop because I don't want to. No. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop. Let me not start. It's only been like a few minutes. Let me stop. And if you want me to stop touching you, like I'm doing right now, then tell me. A knock sounds at the door, interrupting the moment. Max swiftly gets up and goes answers it, beating you to the punch. He swings the door wide open, but you can't see the visitor since he's blocking the way with his towering frame. You crane your neck trying to get a glimpse. The floral print dress give her identity away before Max does. Patty! Hi, Patty! Fancy seeing you here, Mrs. Orchard. Do you need something?
Yes, dear. Now please move so I can speak with my guests.
Oh, right. Sorry about that. He steps aside so she can step foot into the room, her previous cane swapped out for a wooden one. There's intricate detailing carved along the shaft showcasing the life cycle of a lanternfly from when they're eggs to grown adults. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I'm not with the city stuff, and we call them fireflies. But are they fireflies? Are lanternflies the same as fireflies? Or is it something different from the country? Because, yes, I somewhat semi-live in the country now. I'm not fully in the country. I'm not in the backwoods boonies and stuff. So, and again, I don't have friends around here. I don't have family around here. So I don't go out as much. So I haven't even seen a firefly out here. But apparently they exist out here. So is a firefly the same as a lanternfly? You wonder who made it. Hey, Patty, what's up?
Hello, dear. I just wanted to drop by to see how you were settling in and if the room was to your liking.
The room is perfect. Thanks again for letting me stay here. Patty waves you off.
Oh, nonsense. The production company foots the bill. There's nothing to thank me for. I'm just providing my property and getting paid as a result.
Production company? Right. You never got around to telling him why you were here. I'm staying in town for a couple of months. I got hired for a part in a TV series. We're shooting the first season in Maple Weather. So, you didn't? Oh, he thought I came here for him. Oh, well, that hurts my feelings now. I could come for you if that's what you so choose me to do. Here, I can come here for you. Like, if that's what you... I need water. Give me a second. Okay, now that I've collected myself. I could change what I came here for if you like, Max. I mean, I don't mind. He trails off before scrubbing the back of his neck and glancing away. Oh. You catch a flicker of sadness. His shift in behavior leaves you waist deep in confusion. Patty gently whacks his kneecaps with her cane, pulling him out of his peculiar mood.
Shameless boy. Don't just stand there. Congratulate them.
Yeah, of course. Max clears his throat before shooting you a lopsided grin, masking his initial dejection. Congratulations on getting the role. I'm happy for you and all that you've managed to accomplish on your own. I know you'll go and do great things, Tater Tot. I'm sure of it. Did he really want me to come here for him? Oh, Max. I'm telling you, anytime you want me to come to you, that's all you have to ask. Like, I definitely don't mind. I definitely don't mind at all. The sentiment comes off as empty, hollow. A superficial attempt at praise to satisfy Patty's request and tell you what you want to hear. But you know better, because you know him. What is he hiding? Why did he look so heartbroken just now? You're given no time to speculate when Patty draws your attention back to her as she gestured towards Max.
I did come up here for another reason. Since the town doesn't offer taxi or rental cars, guests without proper transportation will be ported around by one of the town folks who volunteer their service. Max is one of those volunteers. I'm certain that, since you're already well acquainted, he'd love to take over the position. She gives Max a knowing side eye as she drops her hand. Max rocks on his heel of his boots under the scrutiny, hooking his thumbs through his belt loops. He's still avoiding your gaze, but keeps his tone light. Yep, just think of me as your personal chauffeur. Well, is this what the chauffeur look like nowadays? Because I'll be happy to think of you as a chauffeur. I'll take you anywhere you want to go within town limits. So, no spur of the moment road trips. I'll turn into a pumpkin as soon as I hit the outskirts of town, so I'm afraid not. You'll need to take the bus if you want to go back into the city. Other than that, I'm all yours. Oh, Max! Ooh!
Oh, this boy, he just rattles my feathers. He gets me going. He gets me going. I can even role play as your tour guide and point out all the hot spots here in Maple weather if you want a full tourist experience. We can use it as an excuse to catch up. Maybe stop and grab something to eat or visit the creek. Maybe not the creek part. I'm so, when it comes to like the ocean, rivers, creeks, all that stuff, I am so freaking nervous about them. Let me listen. So much stuff happens in the world, and a lot of things can happen in those deep bodies of water. Not to mention, a lot of people talk about the currents under ocean water. No one talks about the current and how that current can snatch you under in the rivers and stuff like that. People don't talk about that, and it's insane. I'm like, that's mostly where people mainly go swimming, especially crazy kids, and a lot of people die there. That's insane. Not me. I'm not going. But if that doesn't work for you, his eyes meet yours, and despite his best efforts to hide it, you can see the profound sadness again, the one that completely kills the light in his eyes. Then that's okay too. We can just keep things professional, or we can find you a different volunteer. Whatever you want to do, I'm on board. He examined the toe of his boot like it's the most fascinating thing in the world, like he's trying to avoid your gaze, a fear of pressuring you. It's clear he wants to spend time with you, but for some odd reason he seems to think that you might not feel the same way. Probably because he thought that we came here for him, but we showed him that we didn't come here for him. We came here for a job. Why would he assume that? You don't understand where this insecurity comes from, why it came out of seemingly nowhere, or why he's trying to hide it in the first place. But wait, no, that's not right. You briefly close your eyes and mentally shake your head. You know exactly why he's doing it. You open your eyes again to catch Max stealing glances at you. He stops when he sees you've taken notice. His cheeks pinken, and he scrubs the back of his neck, looking extremely guilty over being caught. It makes you wish he'd be more honest with himself, be more honest with you. Max never voiced the thoughts he deemed either as selfish or with the potential to create conflict out loud. This is true especially when it comes to you. So, whatever he's hiding, you don't doubt that he's doing it because he thinks it's in your best interest. Oh, Max! But what Max doesn't realize is that it's something that's always nagged at you for the entire duration of your friendship. One of these days, though, you promise both him and yourself, I'm going to get you to open up. Because you're stubborn and Max is your best friend, and it doesn't matter how long it's been, you care for him deeply. I'm glad the feeling is neutral, so if it does turn out to be a schmiller or a quick napper, or look, I'm trying to keep it PG, kind of, not really, for YouTube so they don't get the gun out to get me, or just obsessed with me because the game is called Closetoobsession, you wouldn't mind it just a little bit. Well, you say as you close the distance between you and Max, right up until he's forced to meet your gaze due to your proximity. You smile at him. If it's all right with you, and if you're feeling okay enough, I'd love to visit old haunts with my best friend. Aww. Lead the way, big guy. No, we can't call you big guy. Listen, I know he's a big guy, but I can't call him big guy because big guy is my big guy. By the way, if you guys see a difference between this video and last video, it's simply because I went through the settings and changed some stuff. I also turned the music down just a tad bit because to me the music was uber loud. So I hope it's not as loud as it was once before. Yeah, that's it. Sorry about the lack of air conditioning, Max says as he reaches across the center console in order to roll down your window and let the fresh summer breeze in. He then checks the seatbelt before turning the key over. The engine wakes with a choking cough before soothing out into a less anxiety-inducing purr. Max places his hand on the gear shift as he backs out. Every time I get one thing fixed, another breaks down. My truck's a trooper though. While it may have a few new quirks since our last stunt together, I promise it'll get us where we need to go. I like to believe you, but... You pluck his toolbox off the ground and root around. There's an assortment of wrenches, screwdrivers, pliers, utility knives that are slightly rusted from age. You pick up a pair of pliers at random and scrape your fingernail along the red-brown flakes, scratching them off and watching as they drift to the ground. On the off chance that the truck does give out, I'm using you as a new chariot for compensation. That's my one non-negotiable. Voyia, if you just wanted to ride him, that's all you had to say, girl. I'm high-fiving you. And trust me when I say the girls in the comment, the people in the comment section below are high-fiving you too. If you just want to ride him, just ride him, girl. Look, he sounds like he's gonna allow you. Heck, he'll even assist you. Let me stop. You examine your work before wincing, realizing how much more rust is left. It reminds you too much of dry blood, of how it looked when it was fresh and diluted by the rain. You return the toolbox to its designated spot next to your feet and catch Max smiling at you with amusement out of the corner of his eyes. Aw, that's so sweet. You just want an excuse to turn me into a horse and put a saddle on me, don't you? You said it, not me. Then we'll make a pit stop at the feed store to pick up a few supplies. You're way too committed to the bid. I aim to please. Ooh! Okay, stop. I was about to... I'm about to... Let me stop. Breathe. Back into reading. Max shoots you a lopsided grin of humor as he drives down the winding dirt road that leads back into the main road, branches whipping against the windshield. The road ahead is bumpy and full of potholes, but the atmosphere in the truck is light, playful. Despite the initial awkwardness back at the inn, whatever was troubling Max has disappeared. You're relieved. You forgot how much you enjoyed his company, and the idea of hurting him in any capacity bothers you. You still don't know what caused his initial reaction or when you'll find the opportunity to breach the subject in the near future, but you're glad he's feeling better. You lean back in your seat and take in the scent of maplewood trees and sweet scent grass. Sweet scented grass. I said sweet scent sass. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways, nostalgia hits you like a brick. You realize you missed us. You forgot the ease of being with someone who's known you your whole life while enjoying a simple drive. Sure, there's benefits to living in a city. New York offers anonymity and everyone minds their business, but with it comes isolation. I think that's my pro and con about the city and the country life. City life and country life are totally different, but here's the thing when it comes to it. With city life, like they said, people mind their business. A lot of people don't really bother you. Sure, there's crime everywhere you go. There's crime in the country. But when it comes to the city, a lot of times people just be like moving. They don't want to be bothered. And especially I've heard that happens more in New York. But even like I'm from California. So even in California, a lot of people just be minding their business. They don't want to be bothered. They don't want to bother you, and they don't want you bothering them. And that's about it. Heck, a lot of times they'll ignore you. Even like I've lived in Virginia, the city area, and a lot of people there, that's not as like city as California, as Cali, but it's like a lot of people there was like, yeah, just leave me alone. I had a panic attack and I was waving a lady down because I couldn't breathe. Like it was too hot. I was overheating. I had the panic attack, freaked out, and I was trying to wave the lady down. And this lady ignored me. She was like, get away from me, psycho. You trying to rob me or something? So yeah, a lot of people just don't want to be bothered. In the countryside, people do bother you, but in a different way. They bother you in a sense where like, if I say hello to somebody where I live now, they'll be like, oh, you're not from around here. Where are you from? And they try to like bother you that way. And then after they, kind of get a feel for you, it's like they can tell when you want to talk to them, when you don't want to talk to them. So they kind of like if you don't want to talk to them, they kind of cut the conversation short or whatever. But anyways, the thing is like there's pros and cons to living in the city and the country. But the isolation in the city is a little bit too loud, especially nowadays. Loneliness. There's no sense of community, and it's impossible to make long-term friendships or truly connect with anyone. Coming back here feels like you've never left, like you've stepped inside a time capsule where everything and everyone in the same is the same, as they were. Of course, you eye Max through your peripheral, with a few outward changes here and there. Max starts pointing out familiar landmarks. Once he hits the town center, which acts as the central shopping district, you start cracking up as he points to a random patch of grass in front of City Hall. You already know what he's going to say before he says it. Over there is where I slathered myself in peanut butter because someone had the bright idea of collecting fire ants for an ant farm. Well, voyia, why would you do that? Yeah, you. That was you. I was a mere bystander minding their own business. You were the one who suggested using myself as live bait by covering myself in peanut butter. Okay, for one, I suggested jelly, the complimentary condiment to peanut butter. True. And two, that was Avery Barnes who suggested you slather it all over yourself like suntan lotion, not me. So, I may have misremembered, but that was probably due to the trauma of being abandoned by my best friend in my time of need. Voyia, shame on you. I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have. I've gotten attacked by fire ants before. Long story. Brother was stepping on anthill. I was only like 3, maybe 4, maybe 5. I started playing around it and the floor collapsed and I fell in a hole and the hole was full, and I do mean full, of fire ants, and they yanked me out, threw me in a tub, and got all the ants off of me and everything and stuff. And I guess, I'm here, so I'm okay. I was 3, so. He gives you a pointed look. You throw your hands in a mock aspiration. You were crying. I was running to get bug bite medicine. Excuse me for trying to run and get help. I think you just saw my grandpa walking out of town hall and ran because you were afraid of getting in trouble. I see right through your lies, Tater Tot. Again, that was Avery Barnes. You can ask Dr. West. I ran straight to his practice. I'm innocent. Likely story. Max pursed his lips in an effort to hide the fact that they were twitching at the corners. He's clearly trying not to laugh. Just like him to egg you on no matter how much time has passed. The stinker. You have embraced your hands on the door handle. I'm starting to regret accepting the tour guide package. I think I've changed my mind. I want out. Max immediately hits the button on the truck's central locking system without even taking his eyes off the road. Oh, would you fancy that? It would seem I've accidentally locked the doors. Looks like you're stuck with me. Because the game is called Closetoobsession, that makes me a little nervous that like he's willing to do that, but then it's like it's still hot because it's our friend and he's just joking around with us probably. It's just because I'm being cautious because the game is called Closetoobsession, that's all. You know, if you were anyone else, I'd start screaming stranger danger and start banging on the windows. His expression softens. You know I'd never hurt you, Tater Tot. As for giving you a hard time, he unlocks the door as he goes to parallel park in front of the decrepit-looking building with boarded-up windows. On the left of the building is a market where most everyone in town gets their groceries. On the right is Ackerman's Hardware, a family-run business that Max planned on inheriting from his father after he graduated high school. Well, I mean, at least your family left you something. Max shrugs. Well, that's up for debate. I know, which again is why I implied that you're the only exception to that rule. I can imagine you going out of your way to hurt someone. It's not even feasible to me. You shake your head at the mere thought. The Max you know would never do that. Not when he's always bent over backwards to offer help to anyone and everyone in need, even to his own deterrent. I don't know about that. Anyone is capable of becoming the worst version of themselves under those circumstances.
Max taps the edge of his steering wheel, his gaze distant. Even me. This admission surprises you. Oh? And what would your circumstances be? This seemingly innocent question gives Max genuine pause. Okay? 1 minute of silence passes. Then 2. Sweat drips along the small of your back at 3. The summer heat pulses in time like a ticking of a clock in the seconds leading up to 5. And you're left wondering if he's going to answer when he faces you. He drapes his arm along the back of the steering wheel, wearing that signature smile of his. But there's an air of seriousness surrounding him. You're taken aback by the sudden tonal shift. I'm afraid I can't tell you. He then leans forward and taps your nose lightly with his finger. Oh, Max. You blink. The brief moment of tension disappears so fast that you're left wondering if you imagined it. Well, I mean, he's right. Anything could turn you into the worst version of yourself, so perfectly fine. After all, I've got to leave some mystery in our relationship so I can keep you guessing and coming back for more. Are you implying I don't know everything there is to know about you, Mr. Ackerman? You do not. I'm a man of many secrets. I'm sure I'll learn about them later when I get a hold of your diary you hide in your nightstand. Don't read the man's diary. I'll have you know I found better hiding spots. You'll never discover where. You put it between your box spring and mattress, didn't you? He looks at you with a framed observation. Did we guess right? Can a man just have a safe space to where he can explore his big feelings in private? Oh, Max. Why don't you just put a lock on the diary, huh, honey? In a small but town like Maple Weather, where entertainment is already so hard to come by and the run-of-the-mill gossip is treated as a daily newsletter, boy, do I have some bad news for you. Don't tell me. I'd rather not hear it. You're only hurting yourself by avoiding the cold, hard truth. I like being in denial. It's a preferred state of living for me. Helps keep optimism alive. Ow, I hit my freaking finger. Ouch, that hurt. Gee, I couldn't tell. Max lets out a bark of laughter before shaking his head and shooting you another smile as he kills the engine. Just sit tight and I'll grab the door for you. Well, at least he opens the door for me. You guys, I think I fixed it though. It does look a lot better and I'm kind of happy about that. I'm proud of myself. Pats on the back, voyia. I'm figuring it out slowly but surely, you guys. He then slips out of the truck and rounds the hood before opening the door and offering his hand to help you down. You don't even think about it. You take his hand as your own slides over his slightly rougher palm. His fingers curl over yours on reflex. He holds as considerate and thoughtful as the rest of him. Oh, it's so sweet. Look at Max. Adorable. He's careful not to grip you too tight. Easy does it. We don't want you falling, but I've got you if you do. His free hand goes to touch the center of your back to keep you stable, braced there to bring you into a protective encirclement of his arms if you stumble. You slide out of the car with relative ease, your shoes hitting the asphalt with a resounding click. You smile at Max. Ever the gentleman. Thank you for your service, good sir. You're very welcome. He's still clasping your hand. Max, are you going to let me go, or... Oh, right. My bad. He's quick to release you, the tomato red of his cheeks practically blending his face into a scarlet red of his hair. He coughs into an embarrassed fist before clearing his throat as he turns towards the direction of the hardware store, his voice like loose gravel. I want to make a pit stop by my loft before we head to the market, if that's okay with you. Your loft? We had the hardware store's attic converted into one a while ago. Figured I could use the space and independence rather than living with my pa for the rest of my life, and if I wanted to bring guests over. He is so cute. I love him so much already. Please don't try to be a crazy person.
You can come with me or wait at the market where there's air conditioning if you prefer. Doubt Mr. Abernathy would mind, whichever is more comfortable for you.
Oh, let's go to his loft with him. Let's go to his loft. I don't mind.
Let me go up with you. I want to check out this new humble abode of yours. You follow close behind as Max goes to unlock the store using one of the keys on his keyring. He collected a bunch over the years. You don't doubt some of them belong to other shops around the town. Everyone here trusts the local handyman. Max has never given anyone a reason to feel otherwise. Well, that's a good thing, I guess. I warn you ahead of time that I haven't gotten a chance to tidy up after work, Max says as he jiggles the lock. Summers are a pretty busy season for the shop and house calls. You probably need to watch your step. I'm not sure what all I have lying around. Uh-oh. That little pause right there kind of scared me a little bit. His hand freezes on the door handle, his eyes popping wide open. He turns to you in a panic and quick as a whip. You know what? On second thought, why don't... But his words fall on empty ears as you eagerly bypass him in excitement, unaware of his obvious reluctance. Uh-oh, what are we gonna see? Inside the hardware store, dust motes float in the air like dwindling stars caught in rotation as the breeze from the opening door stirs them to life. Excuse me, I can say stirs them open. Lord, I don't know where my brain went. Rows upon rows are pegs and shelves filled with useful power tools, building materials, housewares, you name it. The layout hasn't changed at all that much. Even the front counter has the stickers you and Max slipped on it back when you were kids. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, look at Matt. Oh, he's so adorable. I don't know what kind of voice I could give him right here as a kid, so I'll just talk in my regular voice. A splash of color, Max has said, back when he still wanted to become a famous artist. At this point in time, summer was nearing its end with the beginning of the school year looming on the horizon. Your hand-me-down knapsack was already freshly packed and ready to go. You'd come to terms with the loss of your freedom. Max, however, was insistent on making the most of it. You watch as Max smacked on another sticker, this one overlapping his previous edition, mostly because there was nothing left to cover. Do you really think that's a good idea? Your dad's gonna yell at you, you know. Back then you were used to Max getting into all kinds of trouble and dragging you along for the ride. Despite this, you still try to act as a voice of reason. Emphasis on tried. Max smiled up at you from where he was kneeling, bright and joyful as the rising sun, his hair a mess of tangles. No, there's nothing to worry about. Dad puts bumper stickers on his cars all the time, so what's the difference? Max, those are car tags. They're supposed to go on license plates. And these aren't? Well, either way, I think he's gonna like them. You'll see. Here, why don't you add a few? He held out a package to you, wiggling it around with a toothy grin. You couldn't help but sigh. We are so getting into trouble for this. But that was half of the fun back then, so you plucked out one of the stickers out of his hand at random. You were in the middle of applying the 12th sticker when... What in the Sam Blazins are you two rascals doing? The fuzz is here. Abort, abort. Max then had the brilliant idea to barrel roll away from the scene of the crime and wound up knocking you over in the process as he tried hopping off the counter. Max, you both wound up entangled in a heap of limbs. The jig was up. In the ensuing punishment, Max's father dealt was swift. Thanks, Max, I appreciate it. Looking back now, though, you can't say you regret it. These stickers are a preservation of our friendship and youth set in full display. A moment captured in time unlike any other. You forgot how spunky Max used to be. He's still kind of a little stinker. Your fingers dance along the countertop and you smile as you head towards the back. Right up until something snags at your shirt. You turn to realize it's Max who caught a hold of the hem, the fabric pinched between his thumb and forefinger. He covered his blushed face with his gloved hand. He won't look at you in your eyes. Can you just give me a minute before coming upstairs? There's something I need to take care of. Why's that? You've got more secrets lying around? I mean, if you're gonna tease me, I'm gonna tease you back. Oh, Max, he's so cute. You're teasing him, but he doesn't rise to the bait like usual. He keeps quiet. His grip on your shirt tightens. You soften at the sight. You're that worried about it? It's just not something I'd rather share right now. You'll admit that you're curious about what he's hiding, but you're remiss if you go around disrespecting his boundaries like that. You pat his shoulder in reassurance. Okay, but just know that you're only getting 5 minutes. Use them wisely. He instantly relaxes, shaking his head with a smile. So charitable. 4 minutes, 45 seconds, and counting. Max bolts into the back rooms before you can finish, and you hear the distant thud of his boots that no doubt leads to his loft. The floor creaks overhead as he shuffles around. You decide to make yourself useful while you wait. There's a box full of misplaced items needing to be restocked sitting on the stool behind the cash register. You grab it and begin the methodical process of putting everything back in the proper place, glad that you found something to occupy yourself with. Nails, spray paint, the wire cutters are the first to find their homes. Then the welding helmet, screws, nuts, and bolts. You're in the process of placing last item, a quart of oil, onto the shelf when you spot movement in the rear view mirrors hanging from the pegs in the same section? I mean, they act as if they were the only two here, but is there somebody else in here that we didn't know? The mirror faces the storefront window at the angle, and you catch a glimpse of someone walking past. Okay, so they're not in the store, they're outside the store. Okay. Sir? Hello? Who are you? Ma'am? Ma'am? Sir? I don't know. Although skipping is more accurate descriptor. Oh my god. They swing their arms in wide arcs as far as they can go without dislocating their shoulders. Their movement is far from fluid. You find it rather too clumsy and all too quick in comparison to the stiffness of their legs as they bring their knees to the same level as their chests with each hop. How did this go from hot to scary? Oh god, no. Almost like they're not sure how to operate their limbs. You assume it's a kid messing around. It's not uncommon for busy parents that let their restless children run around the shopping center. But you realize your mistake as they pass by the door. They're tall, far too tall to belong to the height of a child. You also notice they're wearing a bear mask that harbors the uncanny resemblance to the one you wore for your commercial shoot. But this one looks older, as if worn from time. Instead of soft light brown fur, this one is tinted with the color of mildew. There's a tear in one of the ears, probably about the length of your thumb. But worst of all are the eyes, human, glassy, and bloodshot. It takes you a moment to realize that they're humming. The sound is low and muffled, but you can still make out the lyrics in their impromptu melody. Oh God. Oh, teddy bear, you've lost your way. Now the fur, your fur, it's almost rotting away. And the stuffing, you're dragging it along. Oh, teddy bear, which way have you gone? Now your fur, it's all so wrong. The stuffing, you'll have none left before dawn. Oh, teddy bear,
Oh, silly little teddy bear. Is this where you have to say so long? You recognize the tune. It's the same one you used to skip around while wearing the same exact bear mask on set. They turn it into a nursery rhyme instead of a jingle. Your hands begin to tremble. Fear threatens to consume you, your breath becoming labored and unnatural. No. You swallow hard and tighten your grip on the box, using it as an anchor to quell the tremors. Are they one of the locals? No one capable of pulling such a weird and creepy stunt comes to mind. It'll soon be admonished by the town folks. I mean, yeah, she got kicked out, so... Okay. Maybe they're a potential fan who knows I'm in the area? But the idea seems both like a stretch and worst of the three. What kind of fan would do something like this? The only kind you could think of are the ones you hear about in true crime podcasts. I mean, that's what I thought too. Perhaps there's an event going on that you don't know about. It's the most feasible, but they don't hold any cons to this area. Okay? No travel buses would bring them here as a pit stop. It wouldn't make sense. Each time you debunked a possible junction for their odd behavior, the more inner dread builds. It's fine. Whatever the reason, as long as they don't notice you and go on their merry way, it doesn't involve you. They might not even mean any harm, but their mimicry of your commercial says otherwise. You anxiously watch, silently encourage them to keep moving. They're almost out of sight when they hit the end of the storefront window and your shoulders start to loosen just a fraction when they go completely and utterly still. I think I'm gonna stop it right there. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Wow. I don't know what this is, who it is, and what's happening, but I do know that I would have screamed Mac's name on the top of my lungs. With all that being said, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. Come back for part 3. We are going to finish this. I want to know who you are. And if they give me the chance to run up on you and b-box your face, I will be b-boxing your face because you're ruining the romance between me and my childhood friend. Now get to going. Get to stepping. Peace and love. Don't forget to grab you a snack on the way out. Bye-bye. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I forgot to say that. Bye-bye. Love you guys.